I am Bob Cassell, and this is my story. I've been a builder in Lafayette for 25, 30 years, and I used to build a lot of houses, and recently I've only been just buying houses and fixing up and selling them, and do a lot of brickwork and fireplaces and so forth. This house here was something that I've seen for many, many years and always admired it, and I found out that Mr. Fitzgerald died about 12 years ago, and since that time it's been sold 4 times, and I'm the 4th owner. And the reason I'm the 4th owner is because the other 3 people give up. It had some real serious structural problems, which I really enjoyed challenging, you know, the material. This was in November of '08, and frankly I felt good, and I was on a job out at Audubon, and I had a big bucket of mud, about 80 or 90 pounds. I was carrying up a big ladder. I got about halfway up, I got winded. And so I stopped and rested a little bit and went on up and worked most of that day on that big chimney. And my son heard about it some way. I guess my brother might have told him that I was winded that day, and so he was scared, and he come down and wanted to take me to the hospital, and I didn't want to go, but finally we ended up going over to home hospital. But when I was lying there on the table being examined, I had a heart attack. And ironically, Dr. Smith, a cardiologist, was walking by at the same time and seen what had happened, and they grabbed me and put me in an ambulance and took me over to St. Elizabeth. And I didn't know anything for 10 days after that. I mean, they had 2 or 3 doctors that said they didn't even want to try operating on me. Dr. Cola, he was the only one of the heart doctors that decided he wanted to even try it because it was so dangerous. And I guess he won. And I was very fortunate to come out of there, and I was in the hospital in intensive care for quite a while. And it was not exactly a fun situation, but the nurses were real good to me, and I was trying to get out of that place. You know, I had it all figured out. I knew I'd go at that one hall and cut it through there, and I knew I'd get out of the hospital because I wanted to go to some of them Purdue games. And every time I'd take off, them nurses would be following me, and they wouldn't let me out of the hospital. So anyway, I hung around for a while, and they won, and I won, and here I am. So right now, I supposedly only got use of about 1/3 or 1/2 of my heart, but I pace myself, and I get along fine. They made me stay away from work for 2 or 3 months, you know, and finally when I got to work, I realized I wasn't going to go quite as fast as I used to, but I would still be able to function, which I was able to. And I lost about around 20 pounds, mostly around my arms and my upper body, which I've never even gained back, by the way. But I feel good, and I'm getting along fine. I'm still working. So that's the story, and they watched me pretty closely over there. There was always somebody, some nurse in there that was helping me or making sure that I had what I needed all the time at St. Elizabeth. So it was an interesting experience, and I was real happy I was there. It was my lucky day that I was there at the right time, at the right place, and the right man happened to walk by out in front and got me to St. Louis Hospital, and I guess they did the job because I woke up breathing on the right side of the grass.